Hey everyone, okay, so today we're going to be showing you, I am going to be showing you the new way to apply powder. Now if you've seen my video on not to use a powder brush, which you can click here to watch it, I've always before preferred to use a powder puff, and you put powder, you dip the puff into the powder, kind of knock it off, and then with a press and rolling motion you apply it to the skin, kind of like you're giving a fingerprint. The reason I prefer this way is because if you have any excess redness on the skin, things that you're trying to cover, what can happen is when you're taking a powder brush, let me get one, when you're taking a powder brush and you've just applied your makeup, your foundation and concealer, you've got powder on your brush and you start to swipe it over the face, it can move the foundation or move the concealer, exposing the redness. So you've covered your redness, you've suddenly applied powder, and now the redness is back. Whereas with this technique of the press and roll, you don't disturb it, you push the powder into the skin and it kind of creates this bulletproof makeup, and then you spray your face with like a setting spray and you're done, and your makeup is going to be great all day. But some people don't like to use that method, and they find that when using that method their face becomes too powdery. You can of course just knock off the excess powder then, because you've already set the makeup, so you're not going to disturb it then by using a powder brush, very likely to knock it off. But there's another way. What you want to do is get a Vela puff. So like this one, this is by MAC, and this is just the generic one I bought. Get your powder puff and get some powder on the actual puff itself, and then on the back of your hand just knock off any excess powder. And this technique is great for those of you who don't want a matte appearance to your skin, who don't want to use a setting spray, or who just want to retain some glow to the skin, and this way will not disrupt the product underneath, causing redness or anything else to come back through. So get your powder on your puff and then just knock off any excess powder. Then, holding the puff with your finger and thumb, what you want to do is very, very lightly tap the powder onto the face. Very light tapping motion. This allows you to control the areas that you say you want to apply powder and those areas you don't. You may want it here on the T-zone and just on top of the cheeks, or you may want to leave the cheeks and just do around them to give more of a glow. But this tapping and motion will put the powder onto the skin ever so lightly. You won't need to knock off any product, and it will give you a truly beautiful finish to the skin. While I prefer the press and roll motion, this is a really cool way of doing it. If you haven't tried it before, then give it a go, because it can really work. And people say, well, what do you do with these? Do you wash them? Yeah, just wash them with soap and water or shampoo and dry them out, and they'll be fine to use again and again and again, so don't worry. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.